Okay, so today I am going to be taking a look at my brother's Wallace and Gromit ornament statues. So if you didn't see the previous video I did, take a look at that one where I go through the packaging. The packaging for these ones is exactly the same, so I won't bother going over that. So let's just get cracking and review them. And I'm going to dub all of these the Grandy Out ones. So I'll leave the ones that are, specifically from a Grandy Out, and we'll start with the Wallace armchair one. Now, this one could literally just be from, any Wallace and Gromit. It doesn't have to be from a Grandy Out, but generally that's what I'm going to say for this one. And this one, the quality control, yeah, my brother said it was bashed. He wasn't bloody kidding. If we take a look here, if we take a look at the mug, oh dear, we've went out completely out of focus. There we go. So you can see here, the mug is just completely bashed. And there's a bit of damage on his leg here as well. Paint bleeds everywhere. To be honest, if I was him, I would have complained and got it sent back. But my brother refuses to complain, to anyone, apart from other members of his family. Yeah, he'll complain about me, my brother and my sister and that, but, if his food is cold at a restaurant, no. And you can also see on the bottom here, there's bits of brown and, bits of paint. This one does feel much lighter and hollow than it actually showed, but turning to good stuff first of all. Again, the head is excellent. That face is really good, really captures Wallace's likeness very well indeed. I don't know whether they should have painted this section darker, because it looks less like, a gap in his mouth, and looks just more like, he's lost some teeth and his gums are showing. I don't know, it just looks a little bit weird. Maybe they should have painted that section there and there black. But otherwise, yeah, excellent likeness of Wallace as ever. And here on the torso piece, you can see here we've got the green of his V-neck sleeveless jumper or pullover, whatever you want to call it. And there you got the little details of the little edgings on it as well to show the stitching. The T, although this one's bashed, is quite nice. In fact, I do like the fact that it's got a sort of a swirly pattern to it to make it look like tea is actually brewing in there. The rest of it is all just sort of one piece. The chair is also quite nicely done. If we take a look at the back here, and zoom out a bit actually. So you can see here the chair, we've got the little patterns which are part of the actual sculpt as well, though I'm not sure on the actual chair whether they were part of the plasticine or whether it was just part of the pattern, but yeah, quite nicely done. Again, on the huge, massive arms, this chair does look, very 70s or 80s, generally. A nice big puffy chair. And they've even gone to the detail of doing the 4 brown feet on the bottom, which are all parts of the sculpt. Now, again, we've got his trousers here and that at the bottom, but also his iconic slippers. And actually, if you go on the Wallace and Gromit Thrill-O-Matic at Blackpool, you actually ride inside these slippers. So, yeah, apart from the quality control issue, which this should not be, I don't know what the hell happened there. Something went wrong in the factory, to be honest. Again, since this, if it was mine, I would have complained and had it sent back, had them sent a replacement, but my brother will probably not do anything about it. But we'll still complain about it. But anyway, let's take a look at the two that are from a Grandy Out. So, move that one back out of the way, and have these two together. It's quite hard to get these all in frame. But here we go, here we have Wallace and Gromit from a Grandy Out. And technically, if we take a look at the Wallace first again, just compare him, this Wallace is technically inaccurate to a Grandy Out Wallace, and so is the Gromit. But because both of them here, if we take a look at both of them, try and get them side by side here. Both of them are based on their appearances from the Wrong Trousers onwards, because that is when the design of Wallace and Gromit was refined. But in A Grand Day Out, they're a lot more rough around the edges. So these technically don't match the on-screen plasticine counterparts that we see in A Grand Day Out. Does that bother me? No, not really. It would have been really nice if they did do it. It would be also really interesting to see Gromit in his, I call him his older, angrier design, because in A Grand Day Out he always does look quite angry. Whereas in later appearances, you know, he looks a lot more innocent, a lot cuter, generally. But if we take a look at the Wallace here, so we've got that sort of iconic thing of he's cheese and trying to figure out what type of cheese it is, and the head is pretty much the same as the others. The only difference is that the eyes are looking upwards. They've even got the jowl movement here to make it look as if, you know, he's actually chewing. If we take a look here, we'll take a look at the cheese, shall we? Yeah. So you can see the cracker here with the cheese on it. The only thing I'd say about this is that it's hard to distinguish the cheese from the cracker. Now, on camera, it actually looks better on camera than it does in real life. Real life, it looks more of one colour, but on camera it does look slightly different. Really, though, the crackers aren't yellow. In fact, they're not yellow in A Grand Day Out either. They, you know, a sort of tan colour almost. They just look like, you know, a general McVitie's cracker. But here they've gone a bit too yellow, I think. But the cheese is well done, and you can see it's even got the bite width on the other side. If we zoom in, and it's as much as I can get the focus on it, you can see just a few teeth marks there on where Wallace has been munching on them. Again, the jump pattern is pretty much the same as the other, although I don't know what it is. This one just looks slightly different. Looks like a slightly different green to that one. I don't know what it is. I guess it looks slightly different. Again, trousers are the same as ever, and if we spin them round, you can see again all the nice detailing of the jumper and even the shoes. And again, the moon, I should say, that he's sitting on, with even little equators here and here, and even they've gone to the detail of actually having the piece of cheese, there we go, that actually cuts out of the moon. So well done to them. They've even cut it off there and just had it laying there waiting for Kuka to come over and super glue it back on. Ooh, that's interesting. I just realised they've missed the paint on this side. Yeah, they haven't painted this side of it. Oh, literally just noticed that. The paint on my brother's ones are a lot sloppier than mine. Mine seems to have better quality control than his. Again, that's just sheer luck, because you can't actually see them when in the box. Taking a look at the Gromit, again, he's inaccurate to the version that we see in A Grand Day Out, but for the, you know, generic sort of Gromit looking head, then yeah, it looks fine. Long term, the body is accurate to. The body is actually accurate to A Grand Day Out, just because of the way he's sitting. Really, the way he's sitting in this, yeah, that's generally how he would sit, because you generally won't see Gromit sit, well, like a dog. Really, I think Grand Day Out is probably where he looks the most like a dog. You see his little brown tail at the back. Again, quasars in there, but the main piece here is the little basket he's got with all the bits of cheese that they've been collecting, and even the butter knife that they've got, or flat-bladed knife, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, and just like the ones from the wrong trousers, these two do slot together quite nicely. So yeah, very nice indeed. So, what do I think of these three overall? Well, here's the thing. So, Wallace in the armchair is £20, and Wallace from a Grindy Out, this Wallace, is also £20, and Gromit from a Grindy Out is £15. So, well, it's not a bad price, but the quality control these I've seen does vary from one to one. But, you know, if you do get ones with quality control, then that works good, then I don't see any reason to not go for these. Again, if you do order them online, then you'll have to pay a delivery fee, which is £6 if you go for Hermes and £8 if you go for Royal Mail. I do recommend going for Royal Mail over Hermes, though. Now, if you're in the park at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, you can pick them up from the gift shop. However, as I said in my previous one, the gift shop barely had any of these, and they did have a fair few of the Shaun the Sheep ones, which I don't have any, and I don't plan on getting any, really. Tempting, but I think I've swung enough on these. But yeah, overall, out of these, I don't know which ones I prefer. I mean, I do like the Wallace and the chair. It would be nice if they did do a Gromit in the armchair, because it's weird, this one kind of just sits on its own, really. It's a bit weird that there's just, you know, because all of the others in the range, as you can see behind me, all the others in the range, you know, have bases that slot together, but not this one, because obviously it can't sit in an armchair. But it would be nice if they released a Gromit alongside it, but otherwise it's just kind of on its own. But yeah, I do recommend them, but again, be wary, quality control is a bit up in the air. It's kind of just going to look at the drawer when you open them up, how good or bad the quality control is going to be. But anyway, thanks for this review. I'm done with this. Now, I swear, bye-bye.